Hi, I'm Shelby Marie, and I am the creator of Revelations as a Ritual. This is a little inside look as to how I created this entire space to where I'm filming now on a budget and why I chose to do this episode series. First, before we dive in, what is Revelations as a Ritual? So, it is an interview series where I sit down with six wonderful beings and we dive deep into their lived wisdom and their embodiment through creativity and expression. How they went through deep hardships and challenges within their life, and what were the tools that they cultivated or picked up along the way that allowed them to transform, transcend, and alchemize those challenges. The reason behind this interview series is because on my platform, Shelby Marie Embodied on Instagram, YouTube, which is where you are here, and TikTok, it's a lot of the tools that I personally use. But what I wanted to do is sit down with other amazing women and men that did the same. What you will see is the tools that they cultivated during their own life journeys, which allows you to see what are all of the different types of tools that you can cultivate for yourself. Personally, I love somatic embodiment through dancing, yoga. I do journal prompts, journal intuition, inner and shadow work through that, candle work, bath ritual work, and just movement of any kind. And through that movement, I may also dive into maybe arts and crafts, painting, making things with my hands, clay work, ceramics, things of that nature. So I'm excited for you to see how all of those may start to magnetize to you, and then you act on them. You flow within your own intuition, within your own intention. What really hits into your heart space? What hits into those spaces where when you felt those traumas, when you've went through really challenging things, what's that one thing or your toolbox of things that assist you for that moment? And every single moment is going to kind of pull on you a different way. And that's why I love a good toolbox, because you can never have too many tools, because it's always going to be different with what you need to move through and how you're going to move through it and how it feels in the body, in the mind, in the heart, in the soul. And that's for you to find. Now let's dive into how I created this entire space on a budget. And I created this space all under $200. Firstly, I got this couch while I was driving down my street and someone left it on the side of the road. A free leather couch. It could be vegan. I'm not quite sure. But it was a free couch. I mean, what are the odds? I put it out into the universe that I really wanted a leather type couch or an easily wipeable surface because I do have two young kids and fabric just gets so dirty so fast. And boom, that seed was plopped into my lap, and here I have a beautiful free new couch. The rugs that I'm sitting on, I either got from Ross, Marshalls, or Nellis Auction locally. I also got these pillows from Ross. Everything here was less than $10 each piece. And then, whenever possible, repurpose. So, I've already had this blanket. I've had other blankets, and you will see throughout the interview series that I might switch up different colors, different blankets, and I just pick them up from here or there from Ross, Marshalls, or Nellis Auction, all under $10 each. The one thing that I splurged on, though, are these faux bougainvillea plants. And the reason why is because I initially purchased the real thing at Home Depot, and those were $20 each. However, because they were more for an outdoor temperature, once I brought them inside, all of the flowers and the branches were coming off really easily. And so I took that as a sign to move them outside and to replace the inside ones with faux bougainvillea plants. These were 2 for $80, and I was gifted them, so I'm very grateful for the person that did gift me them. However, if you are not able to splurge on something like this, no worries. You can get the real thing for $20 each and make sure that they don't die inside. And if not, you take that as a hint to move them outside. Or if you have a lot of cats like I do, they're pawing at them all the time. So maybe plants like that are just not a good choice for you to have indoors. Another thing, if flowers and larger plants are just not your thing, then don't get plants. If you want to get a plant that's supporting your local nurseries and your local plant companies, then do that too. Go where your budget allows. The last thing that I did to complete this entire space was joint compounding these two walls with a more Spanish style texture, and I painted a faux lime wash effect onto these walls. I will list everything that I used and how much I used of each and their cost down below in the description so that if you want to replicate the same exact texture and look, you can do so on a budget. And the last and final piece to anything that is moving through intention is intention. So every time someone that came in for an interview, we both saged each other with my foraged juniper from locally Mount Charleston and Lee Canyon. And those are what I hold dear to my soul because I truly believe in making a connection with the plant that you are sacred smoke saging yourself, your home, your space. When you create that bond with the plant and you do it with ethics and intention, the protection around you and the space that you have is so much further and stronger and powerful than any mainstream white sage that you would get at any store. So, if you are interested in diving deep into creating a bond with the plant that you are using for sacred ceremony, sacred smoke medicine, what is your local environment? Are there any sacred smoke medicines that you can forage and you can create that bond with the plant and through morals and ethics? If so, do it. And I swear to you that you are going to feel the difference. It's going to land differently in your spirit and in your soul. And lastly, before we even interview, I will always do a very short guided meditation for both of us so that we can tap into the headspace of connecting to our channel, connecting to our sources while grounding within ourselves as well. Because with anything that is in the ethers, we also have to ground within so that we don't feel these flighty tingles, scariness, where it's like you're feeling like you're just floating on a rock without gravity, yet you're anchored into your spirit and in your soul. I am very grateful that you are here, and thank you for taking your time and watching this video. I am so excited to see how these revelations will ripple through you. What's the felt sensations, and what are the tools that you may gravitate to and magnetize? And then what are those feelings and actions and alchemizations and boundaries that come through you through doing those tools? Remember, this is all for you.